a game plan. It's something they plan. They release people in prison and they give them this assignment. Working with you, Sadinjo. Working with those in Nigeria men and women in uniform. Nigeria Army, the terrorists, giving uniform. They are working together. Also, in conjunction with the infiltrators, they have all over the world, let's say, not only in Biafra land. You know, they are doing whatever they are doing. I see today, many people are praising Simon Ekpa, are supporting Simon Ekpa in the social media. Oh my God, I can't believe this. Can you open your eyes and understand what is happening in Biafra struggle? Can you do that? Know that when you hear this one, you just go there, you hear this, so, you know, you criticize those people trying to save you, working hard day and night, whom you don't pay $1, you don't give them penny, but they devote all their time making sure that the job you gave to them was done, but you criticize them from A to Z. Then you, Biafrans, even as an Ipob, you will support a criminal. You will support a infiltrator who are planning with those back home to kill your own people. Is this not stupidity? You are telling me you know what is going on in the struggle? I can tell you that Yamumu don't do. You have to wake up and know what is going on. Even though you are not in Ipob, you should be Biafra, you still understand what is going on. Not what people tell you. That is why it is very important that the radio we have called our own Radio Biafra, we have to listen to it to understand what is going on. Shame on me if I don't know what is going on in this struggle. Nobody will come from anywhere and tell me any nonsense. Those who killing our people, they are the criminals we are talking about. Somebody like someone overseas planning and causing damages in our land. And you are supporting them. Are you not more stupid than someone else? You know, people sometimes, I wonder why most of you cannot read. They cannot reason. The politicians are the one. They are calling the military every time to our villages and towns to destroy their own people. All this military, governor, whatever you call them, all of them are criminals. Conjunction with these our brothers and sisters, who I have pity on them, because as Sister Cecilia said, their death is at hand. I know that everybody will die, but when you die a shameful death, it's very shameful to you and your family, where you come from. We are making this clear to Biafrans and the whole world that Eastern Security Network, Ipob, they come for a mission to protect our people, to save the life of our people. Not they don't do criminality. They are not the one killing our people. They try whatever they can do to protect them. Still, the military want to kill them, are killing our people because they want our people to be safe. You know? Ipob Security Network, the world have to understand that they are not involved in criminalities going on in Biafra land. These are the governors have to hold accountable. Before the infiltrators, before the Nigerian government, is the governors. The governors, you know that some of them was not chosen by the people, but Governors are there for a reason. The people tell us, okay, let's take this man to protect us. Instead of protecting their people, open the door for terrorists to come and kill them. To come and wipe them out. Bombing the villages, bombing people, with nobody question, not only conference about what is happening in our land. Every day the same criminality is happening. The same thing going on and on and on. Our people are vanishing, languishing. Our people disappearing. Criminality is not good for anybody. It's not good in our land. We are peaceful people. We want to save the life of our people. And that is why our leader come. Our leader come to save the life of not only the Afro people, the black race. But today, because of that criminality, also our leader is in jail. Because of those we call our leaders, our traditional leaders, all those, our leader is in jail suffering. This is a type of criminality. That's what I'm saying. For those who have their hands in putting our leader in jail, for those who keep him, they are suffering him, for whatever they are doing to our leader, they are all criminalities. But what is happening in our land have to stop. Enough is enough. Criminal gangs in our land, who fund them, these governors, they have to stand or sit down and reflect on the damage they have done to our people. The damage they have done to Biafran people is enough. We are tired of all this. This rubbish is enough. Don't do any crime. Don't commit any atrocity. And then you say, in the name of Nnamdi Kanu, in the name of Ipob Security Network, or Mazi Alozie, or Mazi Alozie, you don't do that. You don't. If you want to commit atrocity, commit on your own name. You see, our leader is suffering today. You don't know because of what you are doing. You never think because of what you are doing, our leader is suffering. After you commit all those atrocities, you come out, you say, hey, what are you doing to release our leader? What are they doing? But you don't know that you are the Judas crucifying our leader. Biafran people, what we should do, wherever we see these people starting money, starting cash from people, don't let them go. Just, if they like killing people, they will die first. Because enough is enough. Yeah, this is a very painful. It's a very painful thing to me. Very, very painful. I think most of us, we are in pain because of this. What are we doing to stop this horrific act going on in Biafra land? The infiltrators, especially those working from abroad, we have to face them. Because criminality in our land have to end. Because our leader need to come out. And we need our referendum. And we need to go home to our own land. As I said before, there is no place like home. No matter how better you are living in another man's country, you remain a slave all your life. Thank you, Dr. Bereshit.
Thank you very much, Wada Akunne. Thank you for that wonderful explanation and insightful comments that you made. Thank you. Now, let's think about this because she mentioned it. Do you also know that prison breaks are tactics of warfare that politicians use to staff their drug cartel? When you really deeply think about what we're doing, then you start to understand that there's so many layers to what the Fulani plan has been in Igbo land for a long time. Please keep it short, Sister Cecilia.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Berechukwu. Prison breaks is another tactic of warfare. It's so sad that our people have degenerated to lawlessness. Lawlessness is their modus operandi. Every morning they wake up, they think of one evil thing they have to do, especially these politicians. Every day they come up, they look around and they think of what next? What is the next evil plan that I can execute in this place? And they carry it out. And one of them is now prison break. We all know that Nigeria is so lawless. When they steal money from the central bank, they go and burn part of it. When they have documents they don't want in an office, they burn it down. When they need some of their colleagues or their evil cohorts from the jail to come out, they go for prison break. This is what Buhari does. He does it very well. And to show you that the government's hand is in this prison break, have you ever heard that there has been any arrest? There has been any arrest whatsoever after a prison break? Look at the prison break in Kujen. There's been no arrest. The ones in the north, there's been no arrest. The one in the east, in Owerri, there's been no arrest because the people who are in control, their hands are in this evil deed. And then when you come down to Imo State, you see, the Owerri prison break. The governor, what's his name? Hope Uzodimma. His hand was in this break. And what is their tactics? When they do prison break, they release all their boys in prison. They release all their evil messengers in prison. They release those they want to release in prison, so that they can come back and take back the position, the evil position they have taken in the past, and continue with their evil deed. In fact, there was one man in Nigeria that said that any repentant bandit, that even Boko Haram can hold an office. Any office they want. Any repentant Boko Haram can have an office in APC. That was the way he put it. Can have an office in APC. So we see, can you imagine a Boko Haram person being your president, being your vice president, being your financial secretary, holding strategic positions in a nation? What do you expect? They will continue with what they know how to do, and that is killing and destroying and looting and stealing. This is all they are out to do. And so we look at it. Uzodimma came and he borrowed that leaf from his master Buhari. They were in prison break. And all those evil people working with Uzodimma were sent out free. And now they've gone back, they've changed their clothes from prison clothes to regular clothes so that nobody recognizes them. And they've gone back to their old offices to take part in their offices and continue what they used to do, to take part in politics and keep killing, to take part in all the evil things happening in our land. Hope Uzodimma. Remember, you came from number 4 to number 1. Nobody elected you to rule, but you found yourself in that position. And this is the way you are serving your people. By getting evil men to rule over them, getting evil men to perpetuate every evil plan that you have. I talked about Ukurumini. You were the one who introduced Ukurumini, just to make sure that our people, our young men, become crazy. They lose their mind and they walk around like madmen. Oh, Uzodimo, you have come to our land to destroy. You have come to kill. You have come to steal. And you are using our young people, enticing them, giving them whatever you think you have, so that these young people, their future will be destroyed. But I know you have children, and I'm sure you are not using your children in this evil plot. You are using other people's children. And this is why when you go and you connect with them and you break into a prison, you want the people to say, oh, you plant an ESN flag, or you even leave an ESN hat around, and you say, yes, it is ESN. Yes, it is IPOB. Yes, it is Mazi Alozie. We are not that. We are people of integrity. Let me tell you, if you do not know. We do not talk. I know you used to be a chop passenger. And this was the kind of Yahoo life you lived. And you're trying to introduce our young people into this kind of life so that you will cut their lives short. It will not be well with you. I always say it. The evil that men do, start living with them while they are alive, before even they die. You will experience this evil with your open eyes, with your naked eyes. This evil visit you and visit your children and visit your children because you're trying to destroy our children. I am a mother. Can you imagine a mother losing her children just because of Hope Uzodinma? And I don't even know who gave you that name, Hope. Because you are cutting off the hope of our children. You bring them to the point where they can no longer function. You bring them to the point where their brain is only thinking of evil. You bring them to the point where they are only thinking of what evil I can do. What kind of life is that? And yet you think your own children will go scot-free. Fellow Biafrans, I've always said it, we are Biafrans. They have their groups they can work with. Pope Uzodinma can go to the north and get his Boko Haram people. They have their Mieti Allah. They have their Iswa to work with. Leave our children alone. Leave our Biafran young men and women alone, because they are born for great things. They are born for greater heights. They are not meant to serve you and to succumb to your evil devices. Biafran, I know the wave of politics is all over. The wind is blowing right now. And I want to encourage you. Do not succumb to them, because they are Uzodinma is only trying to use all of you as servants, so that you can go back to that level of servitude. That's what his master wants, and that's what he is trying to implement, so that our Biafran young men can go down as slaves for the rest of their lives. He can go to the north and deal with them over there. The Boko Haram is there waiting for him. He can as well go there. Dear friends, please, we are people of integrity. We have a future. We are progressive. We are not retrogressive. Hope Uzodinma is so retrogressive, he doesn't even know his way about. All he thinks of is evil. And all those evil governors who have sealed their mouth and they cannot talk, they cannot reprimand him, they cannot say, Wanda, if you have somebody, you are in a position, and there is nobody who can tell you that what you're doing is not good, that person is heading for hell. So what am I saying, our dear friends? I hear the wind of politics blowing all around. That is an evil wind that blows no good. And I am telling you, do not fall for this plot. Do not fall for this evil plan. It is an evil plan to destroy you, our children, our future, our heritage. Do not fall for it. Because the whole Uzodima has lived his life. He has lived his life. He can as well go and fall into an ocean because that's where he belongs, instead of destroying our young men. It's not just even destroying, killing them, selling their body parts, making them get into calls, all sorts of evil. You follow me? You follow me? He introduced that so that our children can get mad. Please, do not fall for this plot. You are too big for this. With the Biafrans, you're great. You are greater than all of this. Let them do what they want to do. But let us maintain our integrity. When you stand for the right will always be on your side. Let them continue standing for the right. And as long as they're on the side of wrong, the wrong will pursue them until they get into their grave. Dear friends, please do not fall for this plot. Please do not sell your integrity just for a brown envelope. Please do not sell yourself for little change. We are heading towards Biafra. That is our promised land. And so, what gift the Lord has put within you? Every one of you has a gift. Start now working on your gift. Develop your talent so that eventually when we get to Biafra, we will be able to establish and we will be, the young men will be able to show what God has put in them. Please, do not fall for the evil wind that's blowing at this time. Do not let yourself be carried away. Do not get into the plot. All the potholes they have set, the traps they have set, all these things are traps Uzodima is setting for our young people. Do not fall into those traps. Our young people, do not go into, getting into all sorts of foolishness with Fulani men. Keep yourself. There are good Biafran husbands for you. Do not fall for all these traps. We are great. We are better. We are wiser. Let us continue to live in wisdom. And I know that sooner than we think, Biafra will be here. And we will know what it means to live in a decent land. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Now, do you know also that if you're not accountable to DOS, you're not a real IPOB member?
Sure.
Sister Akunle, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. You know what? I don't understand. I don't understand how some people say they love Mazi Kanu. They love Mazi Kanu. Give us order, we can do that and that. Whatever you tell us, we will do it. But now, Mazi Kanu is a prisoner of conscience. But they forgot that Mazi Kanu left a structure behind when he left. Mazi Kanu knows that a time like this will come when he will not be available. And someone or some people will be doing that job. Why you, as a Biafran, as a IPOB, whatever you call yourself, you love Mazi Kanu, then you hate the structure. If you don't follow what the US tells you, whom are you following? You are following the infiltrator. If you don't listen to what he said, you're supposed to take it. And the voice you are hearing right now is the voice of Mazi Kanu, the man that you said you love. Is the voice you are hearing. Maybe it doesn't sound like him, but he left somebody. If I'm not here, this person will spoke on my behalf. But you, whatever you call yourself, you refuse to listen. And you want to destroy that structure that only to put in place to carry on, to carry forward this struggle to restore our people. You who love Mazi Kanu, you refuse to listen to Mazi Alozie. You want to destroy the structure through Mazi Alozie and through Mazi Alozie. I love this, my brothers. All of you in the US, I love you. Continue to do your job. Continue to do your job. I am proud that we have people like you, men like you. Because if not, where will we be today? The IPOB will be separated. Everybody go. Already somebody was telling me, IPOB is no more. I say you are dreaming. You are crazy. And you are foolish. Are you telling me this? IPOB, because all you do is in prison. And the IPOB is destroyed. I say, you are one of them, right? Okay. You get a bad person to discuss all this nonsense with. So, you don't listen to the structure. So, you are a fake IPOB. And you are a real infiltrator. And you are Judas. Loving somebody, saying that you love somebody you don't love. You know? If you love Mazi Kanu, you will understand and you will respect the structure that is there for you. No matter how ugly, how wicked the person in charge is, you still gonna respect that structure. Forget looking at this Mazi Alozie. You don't like him. Don't look at the face. You just do what you have to do under that structure. Okay, Mazi Alozie says this. Okay, we have to do it. I don't care, but I'm going to do it because of the structure, because of Mazi Kanu. But you don't do this. You are telling me you are what? IPOB, you are a fake one. You are nonsense because you don't understand what we are fighting for. You don't understand that freedom is the best in this life. Because if you don't listen to what's gonna give you that freedom, what are you listening? You are going with infiltrators. What's the work of infiltrators? You see what is happening in our land today. The criminality is going on. That's the work of infiltrators. Because you support infiltrators, you hate Alozie, you hate Mazi Alozie, because they tell you how things is. How things are. That's what they tell you. And this is how what are we going to do to restore Biafra? You hate it. You don't want it because somebody you don't like the face is speaking to you. But you forgot that that person you love so much have put a structure in place. But if I'm telling you, no accountability to do else. You are not a true IPOB, I'm telling you. You know, our leader, wherever he is today, no matter whatever you do, no matter what I myself would do, even in the dark place, for this struggle, our leader feels it. How the movement of this struggle is going today, even nobody tells our leader feels it. You fake IPOB, you infiltrator, continue to suffer our leader in prison. Continue, you wicked person, continue suffering our leader. Our leader is there today because of you. All the havoc all of you caused when he left, when they kidnapped him, is why they stay in jail today. Wherever you are, I'm calling you today to stop. Enough is enough. But whatever you do, remember you have your people in Biafra land. Even though you don't have them, remember you are a Biafran. No matter how much you want to hide yourself, remember you have gene, you have Biafra gene. You shameful person wherever you are. Listen to GOS. Listen to Mazi Alozie, Mazi Saworu. I don't know who you want to listen. Someone who are taking you to hell, who are killing our people, is the one you want to listen. Okay, continue. No accountable to GOS. No, you are fake. You are fake. IPOB. You are infiltrator. Enough of this is enough. We need Biafra, and we have to get Biafra. No matter whatever you do, Biafra is what you want. Nothing more. Referendum Biafra, nothing more. Thank you, Dr. Berechuku.
Thank you very much, my sister. Now you know, great Biafrans, radio listeners, this is why I call that thing in Finland Judas. Judas is the one who took the place of his master right after his master is no longer on the stage. Judas is the one who pretends to love the master when the master is present. But behind the master's back, he has a knife. He will destroy everything that the master has built. That's Judas. And that's what he is. And anyone, just like my sister stated, clearly, anyone who does not listen to DOS, who does not do what Mazi Alozie, who is a very gentle man, because many Biafrans have come on this platform and told you that if they were Alozie, all of you all who are still answering IPOB members, and some of you who are answering IPOB coordinators, would have been sacked, expelled, suspended before now. But Alozie before you. And we are glad to have him because he's gentle. We are very happy that he is the one leading at this point, because some of us would have done much more, quicker, and maybe destroyed more things in the process. But God, in his infinite mercy, who loves Biafrans, gave us Mazi Alozie, a gentle giant, a man of good reasoning, and then surrounded him with men of valor, men of good reasoning, men of wisdom, men who think for the sake of their people. Biafra. In the court one time and spoke and said, let there be calm in Biafra land. Do you not think that our Onion knew what he was talking about? He knew exactly what he was talking about. He saw the infiltrators coming. He saw that they were persuading this Judas and his cronies all around the world, more and more, with more money every day. You know, you call them whatever you call them. They're autopiloters, they're infiltrators, they're saboteurs, and they're people who are working to stop Biafra from being restored. But we have news for them. This Biafra movement, this IPOB that we're in, is ordained by Chukwu Okike Abiyama. Because before us, there were no one like us. And after us, they'll be begging that we live forever. And this was told you by the prophet, and you didn't listen, and it is happening in your own eyes. After we decimate you, after we free our leader from the dungeon, after we restore Biafra, then your mind and your head will clear. That there were people who were selected, 100 men and women, who were selected to restore the sovereign nation of Biafra. Your eyes will clear at that time. And let me tell you, If you were wise, your eyes and ears should clear today so that you can join the right movement. If you don't believe in DOS, you are not an IPOB member. Period. We have only 2 minutes to deal with this, and then we say what we need to say and get off the air. 2 minutes to each of my sisters. Who is really holding us down? Look at the conditions that is set up in Nigeria by the Fulanese that has caused us to be against ourselves. What is really the plight of Biafrans in this? Who are we? Look at the conditions. Just who's holding us down? Sister Cece, do you want to speak first? 2 minutes. Keep it short. For 2 minutes, okay. And if you know, these colonial masters, the British, they are the ones holding us down. Because when they left, and they gave us that fake independence that they gave in 1960, they handed over the powers to the Fulanese. And then now the Fulanese have defected on what was given to them. And when you look around the people, you find out that with the Constitution of 1999, when you look at that Constitution, it's like everything in it is either Muslim, Sharia, it's just everything about them. And then what's more, they have put their Fulani people in strategic positions. So that you go to the police, it's Fulani. You go to the army, it's Fulani. Wherever you turn, it is Fulani. Even what's his name, Osibanjo, who says he's the vice president. Look at him, he just looks like a moron. He doesn't know what is going on because he is kept in the dark and he is just kept there as just as a figurehead. That's what he is there, as a figurehead. That's why when the so-called Buhari traveled, Osibanjo cannot do anything because he's just a figurehead. And then you find out that these Fulanis have made it in such a way. Even during this election, let me not even go into the election because already they said they have the population, they have the expanse of land. As if the population is equated to expanse of land. And they said, and then they open up their borders. People are coming in from Mali, coming in from everywhere, just because they want to ascertain that they are the majority in the country, which they are not. And you find out that they have made it in such a way that our people have been so subjugated. They are living in fear, insecurity all over the place. They cannot rule, yet they want to rule. They cannot manage a country, yet they think they know what to do. And now they are saying that no Southerner at all can even come up, except they allow that person to come up. What kind of nation is this? This is why, dear fans, we ought not remain in this slave mode. We ought not remain as slaves in this place. We ought to fight for our referendum. We ought to go to Biafra. We ought to establish our own country because the people we are dealing with are not reasoning like human beings. The people we are dealing with, they do not respect even their own constitution. The people we are dealing with do not respect international law. They don't know any, all they know is their cattle. And as long as those cattle are there, they are fine. What kind of life is that? And then look at our Yoruba brothers. They sit over there, and these Fulanis will threaten them to close their waterways. And the moment you talk about that, the Yorubas succumb because they know that's their main source of income in their land. They don't want those waterways to be closed. Why is it that our waterways in the east, we have the waterways in Onitsha, we have it in Calabar, none of them has it. We have it in Port Harcourt, none of them is open. This is what they are using to hold the Yorubas down also. My beloved Biafrans, Nigeria thinks we are just a dot
But I tell you, we have what it takes to build a nation. Biafra is greater than some of the nations in Europe. And yet, these nations are doing well. Biafra is richer than most countries in the world. And yet, those countries are doing well. When we come to our own country, when we stand by ourselves, let me tell you, Biafra, we will be able to do something. Biafra is the light of Africa. Biafra is the light of the world. Let us not look down on ourselves because the Fulani says we are a dot. Let us look up. We are a people, strong people, intelligent people, forward-moving people, progressive people. Let us not allow these donkeys to tell us that we don't measure up. Biafra is Biafra, and all we ask for is the referendum. And certainly, we are closer to getting into our own nation than when we first started. I hope everybody will be strong. Do not give up. Do not fail, because the Fulanis have failed, the colonial masters have failed, and all the things they are holding us, that even the stakeholders and all the saboteurs in our land, they have all failed. Biafra will come, and our Onyendu will come out of jail, and we will go to Biafra and establish our own country, and it will be the envy of the world. Biafra is the envy of the world. So will we be, and our children will enjoy Biafra. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You made me proud. It wasn't 2 minutes, but it wasn't that long. Thank you very much. That was wonderful. And you know that the Onyendu has always told us this, that these white people you see these British people that came to our land, they actually know us. They know we're intelligent. They know we have resources. They know that we have ingenuity. They know that we have the best government. We had the best government in the world before they came. They knew about our ingenuity. That's why they're holding us down. Biafrans, we can go back to that and couple it with the technology and the learning that we have done in the modern day. We will become the envy of the world in less than 10 years. So let's do this. Let's do this. We can. I have talents, you have talents, let's bring it together. We can do this. That's what we're saying. Sister Kunu, can you please give me about 3 minutes of what you think about this?
Okay, Dr. Berechuku. You know what my sister Celia has said, what I want to say, but I'm still going to add something. I think everybody knows by now that our biggest enemy is Britain. British government, everybody knows that. They are called the colonial masters, Everybody knows that. Why are we colonized? Because of the abundant resources in our land. Because of the natural resources. Did I say natural resources? I didn't say man-made. This is natural resources. That's why we are in the mess we are today. What people gave us, they say that we cannot enjoy it. They have claimed our land, claimed our oil, properties for their own use. This is why we are suffering today. All of us know that the man you call Frederick Lugard, he came to Nigeria in 1914 or so and created Nigeria. A man created Nigeria. After 46 years, he gave the Nigerian people independence. And today, as we speak, they are controlling Nigeria. In the other way, they have given Fulani terrorists the order to rule Nigeria. And other people are foreigners there. They are holding us hostage. Why I mention this is because we have to understand that what is going on in our land today, in Nigeria, is not only because of the Nigerian government and because of the politicians. These two people I mentioned, they are not working alone. The biggest problem we have is Britain, British government. That's the condition we are today. Then, with the little peanuts, this you call traditional rulers, you call all these bishops, all these people who supposed to protect their own people, they are now against leave their own people like that for terrorists to kill them, for Nigerians to subdue them. This is the problem we are going on today because we have no leaders. Those we call our leaders are those who have handed our people over to the terrorists, which is very bad. I never hear a country behaving like this. Not even a country. Your own people from the same ethnic group, from the same speaking language and everything, you are handing over your own people to the terrorists because of money, and they have subdued you and subdued all of us. This is the suffering today, and these people are holding us back from getting what we need. And also some of our people who, because of money, they have choose to sell their own people. And sister, I raise my case. Thank you so much.
You made that case very clear. Now, my sisters, you are becoming such precise speakers. Thank you so very much. I enjoy this because when I listen to you, I really concurs with what I think in my mind and what I understand that we're trying to do. I really enjoy listening to you. Thank you. Now, remember, there are so many different weapons of warfare that has been deployed in Biafra land. Because like our leader said, we spooked them. They were going to do this quietly and conquer Biafra. But then IPOB arose. That's the problem. Their problem in the contraption called the Zoo Nigeria is that IPOB came up and they couldn't believe, what is this? This is an interruption to the agenda. You know, the Fulani Caliphate agendas had this mapped out and ready to go. They thought by the end of 2022, going into 23, they would have already conquered all of Nigeria. But God, by his infinite mercy, raised up a man called Mazi Alozie that brought this up in our minds that, listen, you don't have to take this. You don't have to be enslaved forever. You don't have to be under this rulership of these people who have come to take over your land. Your land will be taken over. When he warned us, some of us listened. And those men and women are the people following DOS today, the people who are in DOS today, the people who are following Mazi Alozie worldwide. We listen. He made this case to many different Igbo nation people, different groups in even the wider Nigeria, and he has been telling this to all of Africa. And if they're listening, Africa will be free, one nation at a time. And let me tell you, if you are in Africa today and you're not supporting the restoration of Biafra, you hate your own self. Because after Biafra is restored, guess what? All the nations entrapped in all these contraptions that they set up all over Africa, they will all be restored as well. Because then we would have mapped a way to do it. There'll be referendum after referendum after referendum for different indigenous nations in Africa. And when that happens, is when Africa will finally be emancipated and become free to control their own destiny. So the resources in your land, the free resources that God only gave you, nobody gave it to you, will be yours. The gold in Ghana will be Ghanaians. The oil in Biafra will be Biafrans. The gold in Zamfara will be Hausa nations. Whatever your resources are will become yours. And then the world will start to pay fair price for what they are getting for free today. Don't forget, that is why Britain is holding us back. Don't forget, that's why France is holding many African nations back. Do not forget, that's why the Netherlands support them. That's why Belgium, as tiny as they are, is supporting them and doing all the bad things that they're doing in the Congos. Emancipation of all of Africa. That's what we're preaching, because that's what our leader told us to preach. Biafra must be restored, my people. All whatever they are employing in our land, they're employing criminality, they're employing rape, they're employing murder, they're employing everything that they can to cause mayhem and criminality in Biafra land. We are saying no matter what you do, we are going to keep our focus on number one, unconditional release of our leader. Number two, a fair vote for referendum for Biafra to come. And after that, we would have set the stage for all nations in Africa to become free. My brothers, your tasks that you have to complete are many. My sisters, what you have to do is a hard job. But can you do it? Yes, because Prophet Mazi Alozie told us that that's why we have been called. So let's make sure that we focus on that. There's an announcement that Sister Kanu needs to make, because these things that we say on Radio Biafra every Saturday are quite important. But because we say them so often, you might think, oh, they're not as important. Please consider them important. Sister Kanu.
Yes. Well, I have to remind us, the Biafran people, those back home, more importantly, the Biafrans back home, because this Radio Biafra, our leader established, this Radio Biafra is for our own good. We thank God, Chukwuka, for having this radio, because many people doesn't know the importance of this radio. Other nations, some other nations fighting for their freedom don't really have radio, and they want to have it. But we, the Biafran people, that our leader have worked hard to make sure that this radio is on for all of us. And some of us are not profiting from it because of one excuse or the other. But let me ask you, if you are not listening to Radio Biafra, where do you get your information? Where do you get your information is my question. Are you going to the social media? I go there sometimes. I know what I take. I know what I don't take. I don't take a lot of rubbish because I know what is going on in Biafra struggle. I know what is the truth. Because if you don't listen to Radio Biafra, you listen to social media, where all the lies comes from. If you don't listen to Radio Biafra, you listen to infiltrators. That's why some people are still supporting the infiltrators, thinking that the infiltrators are the ones to give them Biafra. My sister, my brother, I'm telling you, you are making a big mistake. Radio Biafra is where you come and get the truth and what is happening about Biafra nation. If you love your nation, your radio should be one of your tools. Because one day, if I don't listen to Radio Biafra, to me it says I miss a lot. I'm empty, let me tell you. I'm empty. So let us learn to take what belongs to us. You know now, some people said of them, listen to Radio Biafra, they will turn up CNN. What stupid? Oh my God, when I get to people that listen to CNN, I say, what is CNN for you? Radio Biafra is live. And I want you to know why you put Radio Biafra. It's all of us. I want to Kedi Ghanaian on a Radio Biafra. Change your code begin now. With a Radio Biafra as your own and listen to it. That's why it is established. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, my sister. Sister Cecilia, what do you have to tell us before we close?
I just want to talk about our inquiry line. I know so many people have questions on their mind. So many people have some doubts in their mind. So many people must have heard of all sorts of information and they need it clarified. You have an inquiry line, IPOB inquiry line. And I bet you it is open 24/7. Call that line and the number is 248-949-4843. I repeat, 248-949-4843. Call that line if you have any questions or if there are things you need to be clarified, and there will always be someone there to give you an answer. And if you are not satisfied with the answer you get, he will direct you to a higher person or a better person who can give you an answer to your questions. So my people, we don't want you to stay and groove around in ignorance. Neither do we want to see you move around and move like people who do not care or who do not see or who do not know. We have an inquiry line. And when you call that inquiry line, your questions will be answered. Thank you.
Hello. And all I have to say to great Biafrans is that taking care of ESN does not take a break. We might be in our separate homes celebrating different things, birthdays, anniversaries, as Thanksgiving is coming up, Halloween, whatever you celebrate, Christmas, New Year, all these things that have been set in place by our colonizers to keep us busy. We can be celebrating all those things, but taking care of ESN never takes a break and never stops for any kind of celebration. Our boys and girls, our women and men are still in the bushes, still in Biafra land, protecting our mothers and our fathers, our brothers and our sisters, our children, our 10-year-old girls who are being abducted by criminals and rapists and being raped and being impregnated by Janjaweed. It's still happening. We cannot take a break from thinking about that. So, IPOB members worldwide, Biafrans at large, we must continue to support ESN by any means that we can. If you have $10, keep it for us. If it's only $7, if it's only $5 that you have, please bring it to ESN support. Because if we don't support ESN, the only hope we have in Biafra land today is ESN. If we don't have those men and women on the ground taking care of our people, trying their hardest to keep Biafra land calm as our leader has instructed, we have no hope. There is no hope for us. And it's only Chukwu Abiyama who put it in our leader's mind to actually form this organization that we now know as ESN. Otherwise, if this happened before, if this did not happen before our leader went inside the DSS dungeon, sorry would have been all of our names right now. But God again, continue to serve his people by making sure that we have ESN on the ground before this calamity hit us. And today we can boast of that. Let's support them, great Biafrans. Biafrans, whether you're IPOB or not, let's support ESN on the ground. I invited you to save $7 a week. That means $1 a day to get ready for the next fundraising in the United States of America for ESN. So if you save $1 a day, At the end of the month, you might have a $30. And if you add zero to the $30 in the back of that $30, guess how much it is? It's $300 that you can give to ESN support. Our men and women need your support constantly, not just once, not just twice, not just every other day, but every day we need your support and your prayers for these gallant men and women. And that's why I have renamed myself Dr. Money, because that is what I will come to prick your conscience on Radio Biafra every day if I have to do, to let you know that our men and women on the ground called ESN still needs your support. Please keep them in your prayers. Please save money to give to us. If you want to give us money on Monday, we are ready. All the days of the week, we are ready to take your money. If you want to wait for our fundraising, then you save it for our fundraising. Do not spend it. But if you know you'll spend it, call me and I will direct you where to put your money when you know that you have enough. Even $2 is enough to remit for ESN support. And that telephone number that you can call me on is 682, it's +1 682 552 3333. Again, +1 682 552 3333. Thank you very much, great Biafrans, for listening to the radio this morning and coming alongside with us to consider some of these topics. We've done our part today. Please do your part. Continue to work. Like we say, continue to work assiduously for the restoration of Biafra. It is now or never. It is now or never. For right now, they're actually all over the world thinking and talking about it, thinking of the solution to give Biafra. If we let go, we will wait another 100 years. Don't let go. Please continue to work assiduously for the restoration of Biafra. It is a wonderful weekend from here in Texas and the United States. My sisters, please say goodbye to Mazi Alozie and the world, because we have done our part today. God bless you. Ndị be anyị onwekwara ife October dị n'obikono. Only to wish the Ambazonians happy independence. Independence Day. But Nalani, no Independence Day. Because we're not free yet. Yes. Thank you.
Yes, that's the women they're done, and we are glad that you listened. You listened, and we have to be honest to ourselves. What we do to ourselves, and when we do those things, we try to blame other people. There are things that we shouldn't be engaging in. Even try to even smell it, even go close to it. These are there are things when we have a clue, a sense of it, we run. Not just running, jump. Even if it means pull jump and escape the danger zone. But in this case, we find ourselves around that danger zone. It is not for our own benefit. It's not going to help us, and it's not going to do us any good. Our leader coached us, exposed the dangers, and we should be able to comprehend and say thank you. When you don't know anything and somebody just leads you to it and say this is what it is, you'll be glad. You go to the doctor when you're sick and the doctor tells you this is what your problem is. What do? Go back to the same thing or try to solve the problem as to what caused you the illness in the first place. Diagnosis. When everything is diagnosed and you're told this is the source of your problem, you avoid it. But in our own case, we are not avoiding anything. We actually find ourselves in the midst. And we swim in it as if that's a challenge. It is not a challenge, it's rather foolishness. Of all the things that have happened to us in Nigeria, I don't think that any meaningful Biafran will be associating him or herself with Nigeria. It's not that it is not possible. It is if all is well, but when it's not well, you don't have to. And you have no reason to. Caller, your name and where you calling.
Thank you very much, Mazi Alozie. Our Father, we thank you. We appreciate you for your commitment and what you are doing for your nation. As I remain Mazi Emmanuel, I am calling from city of Paris by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiyama. I serve indigenous people of Biafra as the Paris Zonal Coordinator. Mazi, I just called to, first of all, before I will comment, is to inform Biafrans and lovers of freedom that our monthly meeting will be held by tomorrow afternoon by 3:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. And you know exactly where our normal family meeting used to be held. And we urge you, lovers of freedom, to stop this your indifferences and do the needful. You have seen the dangers all around our land and in our lives. Wherever we are resigning, we are not finding things so easily. We are urging you to come and join your people to regain the freedom for your land. And if you are finding it difficulty to come, I am releasing my direct number. You can call me on 06-4144-7484. This is my direct number. You call me and I will direct you how you can locate where we are having our meeting by tomorrow, Sunday, 2nd of October, from 3:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. So, Mazi Alozie, I appreciate our sisters who just came up on air, who has been doing so well. Our sister, Dr. Tina, and Akune, and the other of our sister, I appreciate both of you for your commitment, for your loyalness, for your dedication. This race that we have engaged, we are not going back. No matter whatever they want, let them do. We don't care. We are not dragging things that does not belong to us. We have the same right that the white people have. They have no right to decide for us what we should do, how we should do it. No. It is the same way we have no right to dictate to them what to do in their own land. So I am urging Biafrans, because if you look at some of our people, we are the cause of all this mess that we are into. And tomorrow we will start crying. We will start remaining in the blaming side, not knowing the responsibilities, our own part that we should play to be free like other nations. Biafrans, this is no more a joking matter. This is no more a time to relax, to say, it does not concern me, IPOB, they should be doing that. No. And this our radio, just like our sister they said now, this is our own privilege. For we having this radio platform is a plus to Biafran restoration. So, Mazi Alozie, I thank you for your commitment every day. It's not easy. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to energize you and continue to bless you and your family. Thank you very much, Mazi Alozie, and they go from here.
They will thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, the women they're fantastic. Call out your name and where you calling from.
That remain formidable to the end. The end is fast coming. Our mothers, may the peace of Almighty Chukwu Okike Abiama that gave you people as our mothers, may His peace be upon you people. Our woman can wish you. Planana that we wish on the Omonta, Abakiri, American community in order to be arrested. It is our leader that they will claim that they get law. Our mothers, you see, we will be our children. If we don't get Biafra now, they will kill all our children. And they will take all you, both you people, to exile. And this land, Fulani will take them. All these our leaders have sold us completely. That was our leaders have sold their children completely. Completely there. They have asked to be get sense. Asked to be whether you don't get English now. Asked to be there. That's how we see. This is this land. Now we get them. And if the world and life, if they give us a sort of better, then we don't take care. You know, suicide mission agenda to restore the kingdom of heaven down. So that every children of Chukwu all over the world. We have their own land on this. That is why I pray we give it to them. And the third thing is that Chukwu has taken this land from them, all of them, and given it to them. That's how we say, other than Nnamdi Kanu will hear me lie. Messiah is to come. And that's all what happened. If you're there, I tell you, we see that place. If you are there, if you are the government, if you are the resident, unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu for Chukwu Okike Abiama and we IPOBs. And now, the thing that is coming. Then I think it's the Chukwu Okike Abiama is the I don't know. 1 Samuel chapter 26. 1 Samuel chapter 27. 1 Samuel chapter 28. Chapter 29 and the same 1 Samuel chapter 30. From chapter 26 to chapter 30. Saul, David has an opportunity of killing Saul, but he is just living. That Nnamdi Kanu have the opportunity to set out this exactly that our plan. We have said, as Chukwu is in charge. Every Saul went to consult a migrant. And Saul came out from his grave and told him, Chukwu has abandoned you. All the ancestors have abandoned the pastor. So you the people, the other people, the guys, the young guy. Let it yes, up. Yeah, we have come out. Every territory of Biafra land must be in time back to Chukwu Okike Abiama. Like I said, that's the thing. That's the thing. That's why we meet tonight. Oh, even if that's the thing, I won't even ask that guy. That's the thing. Who want to be a father in black guy? Any judge that does you, that's the thing. We conduct that bastard. That Nnamdi Kanu is our proprietor, our principal, our minister, our Lord and personal savior. Not to go to Canada, but that's the request. Okay, building up for the because the man in the mouth fall out in the mouth. Taking about that one, making it today. Canada, that friend. No, I have to go to Canada. Can't kill me like I did it in every go in every. Like, no, now for. Nampo, ya. Oje, Okonko, Obahu. All Biafrans.
Ndewa Mazi, thank you very much. People call to say what they have in mind. It helps them a lot to relieve the pressure, the frustration. We listen to these politicians, what they say and what they don't say, and what they do and what they don't do. So that helps us make our own decisions to follow. Call your name and where you calling from.
Mazi Alozie. My name is Mazi Alozie. I'm calling from my location. The kingdom of God must restore. Nobody shall tamper it. All these governors, call him Sonudo, call him Tito D, call him Letter. I said Tito D, he will run, but he will never hide. Time shall tell. Tito D is not an Igbo man. People have been saying Tito D as an Igbo man. It's not like Zeke. Zeke have no Igbo. At the sign of Zeke Igbo. Zeke will never alone. People, all of them, they can't stop the kingdom of God to come. They are going to see signs and wonder. Mazi Alozie, may God bless you. Yeah. God bless you.
God bless you too. God bless you. We have our politicians. We say they are politicians. We have politicians. We don't believe in all these lies, so we don't actually acknowledge the activities. So when they are doing whatever they're doing, it is for their own benefit. That's the way I see it. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
I'm sorry. Hello, sir.
You're on the radio. Go ahead.
Good evening. Yes, good evening, sir.
Welcome.
My name yes. Mazi. My name is Mazi Alozie, calling from Nasarawa.
Mazi Alozie, welcome.
Thank you, Mazi Alozie, this afternoon. Okay, I'm going to report on the radio Biafra. My former notary rep, DSS, this afternoon back in Abeya. That is Nasarawa State Kefi. I don't make a report now because because Afugum na nobody is na okay no. What I came on our side. Because sometimes I'm like report and any ministries and any media that is our struggle. So now I'm not be the man. I'm sure radio because enough is enough. See how many days, how many hours they may our leader rest. Now what to each colony our leader obey and yeah no but that is there. If you do bend that video now, somebody DSS Jareba, you turn the whole house down. My brother, take a new food.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Welcome, Dewa.
Hello.
Yes, Dewa.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Hello, I'm Ferdinand.
Yeah. No.
This early morning, Kadimo Siorobata, which is Naya Ferdinand Ede. Siorobata, Munabo, Rona, Tabata together. Robna Zike, Fangami, the DSS, ran the whole house, both front and back. Who did there? Where is your mother? And ask Tomaka, where is your mother? Come out. And I'm inside. Fangami, they walk inside, have a time inside the bedroom. Do Muftadim 3 years. Sana Oje go to handset is and I started to use I went out and just the packet to the handset of them use. Don't see higher. Can't see where is the handset. You try here. My I can't say quiet here. So where is the handset? We do the handset by here. Had their fast my house, turn all my cushion outside and inside my room, scatter everywhere. They put a ladder. We went in slim. Mommy, I make the same. Thanks everywhere. Poro dem kese anya wa handcuff nazo ya na nwanne nwoke. One younger brother ya na eba. Poro ha abo o o kita akpọba na phone. Ama me me ba akpụ di m gawa. Njọ ha si na Abuja mana mama I can't even just say ma Abuja ma ọ bụrụ Abuja. O kita akpọba m na phone. Ama me be di m no. Hello. Hello, sir.
Well, I get Lebanon, and we're going to look into it and see what is going on. I think our member, the DOS will hear about it, and we'll take steps to see what is going on. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So, Mazi Alozie, thank you.
Hello, Mazi Alozie.
Yeah, hold on.
Sir? Thank you, sir.
Hold on for a second.
Okay, sir.
Let me get this thing down now, so that I can see what's going on. You can be reached. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Caller, your name and where you calling from? Caller, your name and where you calling from? That number is gone. That's all we are facing. They are only attacking us. Well, I don't know. I don't know. This is just too much. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Daddy, I was working up. Well, good evening from Biafra. Daddy, please, I have to be brief on this. I want you to help me ask those who knows the, how do I put this, those who really know what the vocabulary or maybe the word heresy is from what I'm about to say. Now, someone who wears green, white, green from a circle or a religion called Christianity down here in Nigeria and walks around and sings even under the rain. He could not even stop the rain by the power of Jesus. And you're happy celebrating the country that is messing you up. Who is preaching this heresy? Is it us telling the whole world the truth on how we can emancipate ourselves into a salvation that has been preached 2,000 years ago? Or are they the ones preaching this heresy? This is number one question. That one apart, left for them to answer. Now, another question goes to those who clamor that the only case is through Peter B. Peter plus Obi. I understand that the meaning of Peter in the Hebrew or whatever means whatsoever that is not even animate, it's not human. But that one is apart. But I just want to ask Peter something. Peter Obi, are you not seeing it on the world that you are trying to let the whole world understand that the race called the Igbos from Biafra section are the most recognizable cowards by accepting the commands and the trick, because these people are using you to pretend. They will bring you in, and I still ask you again, if eventually when you go there as a president, or maybe prior this election, no single soul will die, I think it will be IPOBs will join you. Trust me, objectively, I'm saying this to you. But if finally one person die, one single head die, it will be. You people are causing more. war. You are bringing war. You are bringing war to this domain, but people are not seeing it. It sounds so hallucinating, but it is pure. I don't know why you will be preaching about austerity, poverty, and whatsoever, forgetting that the first thing first is freedom. Our mothers have said it, and I keep on listening to them. I love them. Remembrance, Mom, wherever you all are. My name is Ndana Baremado. Thank you for now, and bye from here. Remains Ndana Baremado.
There were Mazi. Priority. Priority. Earlier mentioned that whatever you do, you set criteria, you set your agenda, and you prioritize as to what is most important to you. If it is richness without security, that's your business. But of all you are trying to acquire, it's like building without any foundation. You have all those things, and there's no rock to support it. It's just in limbo. You have it, but it's in limbo. It's like having money, but you can't get it. You're seeing all your investment in just a structure, but you are not rooted enough to guarantee that you will enjoy that structure. You've put the structure up, but you who put the structure up, you don't have a foundation, and you can't stand to enjoy it. And I let people know that all those presidents and politicians that built whatever they built just betrayed their people, and at the end of their life, the structures decay, they rot, vegetations take over. Yeah, look at some of the houses built and nobody's occupying them. They're just gigantic homes. Nobody's there. So what exactly are we doing that you cannot ensure that security is your priority? But when you don't have that, any other thing you are doing is useless. This is a message to our people. All these people that had the investments outside Biafra land, they are fighting tooth and nail to keep you there, because that's where they have their investments. What when they pass? What if when they pass, they go yonder? Then what happens? You went with the investor, and the investor left you. Go back home without the investor, because the investor is gone. You are left with nothing. Your freedom you don't have. The wealth you don't have. You flourished when the investor was there, but you never look back as to your foundation. Ndibo, Biafrans, this message is for you. If you get up, you say you're fighting for a president. Who is presiding for who? He just want to answer a president of a slave country, Nigeria, which is not a country. Those that amalgamated you have told you that it is not a country. Then why are people still sheepishly answering that name, Nigeria? That tells you they don't have priority. They don't have any agenda. They don't. And I don't see it happening until people actually find out exactly who they are and what they are all about. Tomorrow is now waiting to happen, and then Demo will be there, and I will be there. So this is where we'll be ending today's program. We'll be on the air again tomorrow, like I said. Whatever we missed today, we'll pick it up tomorrow. I thank all of you for listening to the women. Be strong. Have the faith. Do what you have to do. Our Onyendu is suffering on our behalf. We have to appreciate it.
Radio Biafra. We saturate the whole of Biafra land. Wherever you are, just touch the dial. 102.1 FM. Olu, Owerri, Enugu, Anambra, Abakaliki, Nsukka, Asaba, and many more. Radio Biafra. We got you covered. Radio Biafra, the first and the last.
So we have a very, very, very special guest with us today, Dr. Uju Anya. And she is a professor at Carnegie Mellon University in applied linguistics.
Yeah.
And so welcome. So I had two more questions and I want to open it up. Has this experience changed the way, because like you said, you kind of go in, you use Twitter, you kind of almost like prepare, like you said, to teach when you go in there. Has this experience changed the way you're looking at engaging in social media, or do you intend to continue to engage in the way you have?
So even in this, my most intense moment on social media, fundamentally, more than I am anything else in this world, more than I am a mother, more than I am a researcher, more than I am a sister, a community member, I am a teacher. And if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to teach.
Right.
And even in that very intense moment of profound pain and my outburst, my emotional outburst of deep, deep pain, I was teaching. I followed up explaining that there was a genocide against the Biafra people.
Right.
Right. The who were trying, the Igbo people who were trying to form an independent nation of Biafra. They wanted to be separate from the country that the British Empire had imposed on us, which was this country of Nigeria, where they kind of took a bunch of independent nations who don't have anything to do with each other, don't even speak each other's language, don't relate. Many of them were even enemies and warring at the time, smushed them all together and drew these arbitrary lines around them and called them countries and named those countries.
Right.
And then said, now y'all get along and do a country for us and be a union for us. And then go through, contentious, bloody independence processes that never really yield any real independence. You're still part of a commonwealth afterwards.
True.
And you have the eternal meddling in your affairs and the eternal extraction of your resources and the eternal fomenting of divisiveness and infighting in order to be able to control you. This is what an oppressor does, a colonizer does. These are tactics and strategies of dominance.
Right.
We were subjected to that as a larger unit of Nigeria. And then when the Igbo people said, we want our own thing, let's go and do that. Well, it so happened to be that the territory that this new country of Biafra was going to be in included very, very rich oil reserves. And the British were not going to let go of that.
Wow.
And the people that they had put in power, their puppet Nigerian governments weren't going to do that either because they needed it for the Nigerian project.
Right.
And Britain needed it for its own interests and uses. So Great Britain got directly involved in this civil war and in the war for independence